What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Wednesday, April 24th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay, who do we have at the point guard position? I like James Harden from the Houston Rockets playing the Utah Jazz, who have the best defense overall, but they're only middle of the pack defending opposing point guards. James Harden has scored 43, 57, and 67 fantasy points in the last 3 games of the playoffs, averaging 62 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 37 minutes per game with a 41% usage rate. James Harden is $10,400 DraftKings salary. He's $1,400 more on FanDuel, projected at 57.5 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.5 times value. This is a home game, a fast-paced game, a closeout game. Look at the closeout games that went on yesterday. All the superstars rose to the occasion. So I'm not going to miss out on a possible ceiling night from James Harden. This guy could get you 80. So I love James Harden here versus the Utah Jazz. So our DFS tools for MLB baseball are now live and working. You can click on the MLB tab to change sports and check the tools out for baseball. They're really helpful. They're going to save you guys a ton of research time. Remember, we added projected ownership, and that will be updating throughout the day as injury news changes. We also added the fantasy points per minute stat here for each player, and we also added a stat that's new to the industry. We call it the hit percentage, and it's the percent chance this player has to hit value at his current DFS salary. And you can access all these new stats even on mobile devices by tapping the dash rank icon. Okay, who do we have at shooting guard? I like Stephen Curry from the Golden State Warriors playing the LA Clippers, who have the 5th worst defense overall, and they give up the 4th most fantasy points to opposing shooting guards. Stephen Curry has scored 42, 30, and 46 fantasy points in the last 3 games of the playoffs, averaging 46.4 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 34 minutes per game with a 31% usage rate. Stephen Curry is $8,300 DraftKings salary. He's $1,700 more on FanDuel, so I love that DraftKings price. Projected at 42.9 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.2 times value. This is a home game, a fast-paced game, a closeout game. It's a similar situation to James Harden tonight. I think Stephen Curry is going to go off. As you saw last night, it's important these teams run their studs and make sure that these games get closed out. The usage rate through the stars goes up. They'll play the whole game if they have to. So I love Stephen Curry here versus the LA Clippers. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the position optimizer where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new player trends tool where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, who do we have at the small forward position? I like Joe Ingles from the Utah Jazz playing the Houston Rockets, who have a really good defense overall, and they're about middle of the pack defending opposing small forwards. Joe Ingles has scored 17, 26, and 21 fantasy points in the last 3 games of the playoffs, averaging 28.7 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 31 minutes per game with an 18% usage rate. Joe Ingles is $4,900 DraftKings salary. He's $800 more on FanDuel, projected at 25.9 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.3 times value. Joe Ingles has underperformed every game of the playoffs. He hasn't even hit his average of 28.7 on the season. If he does that tonight, he's going to be a great value player. His ownership and his price are low, So you're going to crush it tonight if this guy scores over 30 fantasy points. There's an implied total of 212.5 points in this game. This is a fast-paced game and a game that Joe Ingles needs to get back on track. So I like Joe Ingles here versus the Houston Rockets. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and then we'll send you $100 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, who do we have at the power forward position? I like Kevin Durant from the Golden State Warriors playing the LA Clippers, who are the 5th worst defense overall, and they're middle of the pack defending opposing power forwards. Kevin Durant has scored 53, 57, and 38 fantasy points in the last 3 games of the playoffs, averaging 46.2 fantasy points per game on the season and an average of 35 minutes per game with a 29% usage rate. Kevin Durant is $8,200 DraftKings salary. He's $2,300 more on FanDuel. Oh my goodness. So I love that DraftKings price. Projected at 45.1 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.5 times value. This is a home game, a fast-paced game, a closeout game. There's an implied total of 235 points in this game. I think Kevin Durant is another one of those superstars who goes off in a closeout game. His price is just too low on DraftKings, so I love Kevin Durant here versus the LA Clippers. Okay, moving on to the center position. Eligible at center on DraftKings, I like Montrezl Harrell from the LA Clippers playing the Golden State Warriors, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall, and they're middle-of-the-pack defending opposing centers. Montrezl Harrell has scored 21, 23, and 41 fantasy points in the last 3 games of the playoffs, averaging 31.7 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 26 minutes per game with a 24% usage rate. Montrezl Harrell is $6,000 DraftKings salary. He's $1,200 more on FanDuel, projected at 30.7 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.1 times value. This is a somewhat risky play. A lot of people are going to pay up just $600 or $700 more for Draymond Green or Clint Capella, and I think that's fine. But there's an implied total of 235 points in this game, and somebody's going to need to score the ball on the Clippers side. So you got Montrezl Harrell and Lou Williams. Those are the 2 Clippers I'd be targeting in tonight's matchup. Montrezl Harrell can give you 40+ fantasy points, and I'm hoping to see a ceiling game from him tonight. So I like Montrezl Harrell here versus the Golden State Warriors. And one more quick pick before we move on. I like Derek Favors at $5,300 DraftKings salary. I think that's a nice pivot from Montrezl Harrell. Will save you some salary and could put up the same score. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smiggity smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.